Welcome to Hot Shot Challenge, a show that brings the best amateur bowling to your living room week after week. I'm Tom Kraus, and this week I have a guest announcer with me, Red Burnham, the proprietor of Bradley Bowl. We've got a great show lined up for you. Very interesting qualifying today. We have Ev Talmadge, the father of our champion Mark Talmadge, that'll be facing in the first match. Ev's going to try to go all the way to the top and face his son and maybe take his son's title. It's going to be a very interesting evening, so sit back and relax. We'll be right back with our first ball.
It's the NIT National Independent Tour, March 10th and 11th, a singles tournament, Northampton Bowl, Northampton, Mass. 413-584-4830. That's March 10th and 11th, a singles tournament, Northampton Bowl. If you'd like to qualify, you can do it now at Sleepy Hollow Lanes, Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. West Haven, Connecticut, 203-937-7472. Thursdays, 9:30 p.m., Sleepy Hollow Lanes.
Well, first, Red, it's good to have you here with us this week.
It's nice to be back again.
I always forget to welcome the guy that's with us, Jackson. Really 4 frames before I even talk to Jackson.
They'll excuse you, I'm sure.
Is that his first ball? First match. Down me, Brooklyn. Very good Brooklyn strike. And that brings up a bowler you should be familiar with, Red, Marcel Lasar.
Oh, yes. Marcel works at Bradley Bowl. He bowls out of Bradley Bowl. And of course, I can remember when he was a junior league bowler, I watched him come up through the ranks, so to speak. And he's come along quite a ways. Quite a ways.
All right, Marcel's on the show floor. Here's his first ball. Very deliberate style. Sets it down a little bit. I know it's in the warm-ups. He was off to the right on that lane.
On that lane, he seemed that he was having trouble bringing the ball back to the pocket.
For 1-2. Glad to have all you fans with us here on Hot Shot Challenge. The XX Channel 20. So both and Mark come up with 8. Take care of the nerve problem. Marcel's opponent, Everett, is our champion's father. Could turn out to be
It could be quite a final. Could be quite a final. I was talking to Ev earlier, and he was mentioning how he got involved in bowling back in the junior league when Mark was just a kid, and Mark came up through the junior league that Ev was so involved in. I guess he and Ken West, who has a lot to do with the pro tour, worked together with the junior league at the Old Town and Country Lanes back in Westfield. This Marcel Spinell. Marcel was striking in practice on that left lane, and this one here was as good as they come. 10 in the pit, as they say.
Before it any better, we'll see if that can double here on the second frame. Second frame is going to be the... But again, we got another break, so 2 breaks early, so that's down.
Well, it's often been said it's better to be lucky than good. Right now, Ev is thinking that way, I'm sure.
Ed Talmadge is real math.
Biology teacher at the high school,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, he's over at Agawam High School. Third frame. Stay perfect for 3. Now it's going to be Brooklyn. Brooklyn's right. As we say, the only one that's fun. As I say, the only one that should count.
When it's your day, it's your day.
Well, Marcel's got some work to do here early in the match. His opponents come out perfect. Third frame to Marcel. Working out the strike, looking to double up here. Keep the pace. Better left it.
Well, he got the ball back to the pocket that time.
Yep.
And I think he was happy with that, though it didn't carry. At least he feels he can now hit the pocket.
Equipment for a spare shot.
He can go for a little harder surface ball, the ball he was using for a strike. soft urethane ball.
Like the Rhino. Covers them. The Rhino, the Cobra Red, all these balls, now they have the animal name.
Let's be careful. Turn around and bite you.
You see our score through 3 frames. Ed Talmadge enjoying a slight lead here, early on. Marcelo Sarr moves into the 4th frame, looking to strike. Lane 3 where he's been successful. What? What a mess. It's better than that.
Low Greek Church. Ball just jumped up on him at the very end. This is a very difficult play.
Yeah, 4,
Very
6,
difficult.
9, 10. I can't wood for this one. Is it makeable?
It's makeable, yes. Actually, probably the best way to make it would be to shoot for the 2 pins on the left, but to count, you need all the counts, so you can't go for them all.
3, so this ball really took a sharp turn right at the very edge. Just scored the pin. That leaves the door open. Red Talmadge making a lot of ground here in the 4th and 5th frames.
That can really break the game open here if you continue to strike.
Determination on that. So 4 over the committee. Yes, 4 in a row. Ed Talmadge. 58 years old and looking strong.
I think it's very simple, too. He's just setting the ball down the corner and just playing the ball into the pocket. Not trying to do anything fancy.
His ball, that's the type of ball that works well here in that challenge week after week. Fifth frame, 4 strikes up, looking for his 5th.
Looks good.
Yes, he gets the next 5 in a row in Talmadge. Everything's going his way, and Marcelo Sarr.
But as I said, he's doing it nice and simple. Of course, when you get older, you're not as strong as these young bowlers are. Marcelo's only half of Ed's age.
Sure.
Strong, turns the ball up real hard.
Fifth frame, Marcelo Sarr needs a strike. And heavy. A little bit too much. 6-10. Thought he was going to challenge it, but he covers up. Through 5 frames, Marcelo Sarr is really...
Marcelo's showing a 63 in the 4th. And we've got Ev showing 90 in the 4th, so a big difference.
Yep.
And of course, Ev working in the 5-bagger.
Marcelo has to start striking. I hate to say it's pressure, but in the 6th frame, it really is. He needs to strike that.
Oh, yes.
Looks good.
He almost left another split.
Yep.
Strong finish of the ball. Almost left in the 4-9.
Unfortunately, just has the 4 standing. Marcelo's showing 82 in the 5th.
A very capable bowler, Marcel. He's got a long list of accomplishments behind him, including a high series of 848, which stands as a record in the association down in Hartford. And 848 is a lot of pins to knock down at 3 minutes.
Sure.
He's had a lot.
All of them, isn't it?
Right. I watched him bowl that night. I saw him bowl a bit.
Must not have been too much to watch. Just one ball, and that was it.
Don't make too many mistakes when you shoot 848.
Yeah, look, Talmadge in the 6th frame. Perfect through 5. And the streak stops at 5. 258 can be difficult depending where he puts the ball. And he left the 5, so he opens up, and that cuts a little bit into his lead.
Knowing Marcel as they do, he's realizing that until he's out of wood, he feels he still has a shot.
Sure.
He's a very determined type of bowler, and I'm sure he'll be looking to take advantage of this situation. He's doing a little bit of thinking right now, I'm sure. He had it going pretty good for 5 frames, but all of a sudden the ball hasn't come up for him 2 frames in a row, and he's a little bit concerned, I'm sure. So he's got a fairly comfortable lead of 60 pins.
Ev covering up the 2-5. Okay. Covers it up.
But Ev, having been around bowling as long as he has, knows he can lose the 60 as fast as he gained it, so...
Last 2 frames,
right.
60 waiting, so...
Marcel can throw a double here. He can put himself back into the game and make things a little bit more difficult for Ev the next 2 frames.
7th frame, Sparrow. Needs it right here. Heavy. Again, and same problem.
The right lane has just not been good to him. He has struggled with it, and it's just, he just hasn't been comfortable.
310. And whereas Marcel has been struggling and Ev has been getting
It's a nice cover by Marcel. Very nice cover.
Spares in the 7th. 8th frame. See if he can get a little bit more weight, give himself some room for that strong finish. Swings out a little more. How's it look? There, yeah. Nice ball. Marcel. Sorry. Beautiful shot. Ball would have liked to throw a little bit earlier. I'm sure.
Marcel can still shoot a 210.
Yep. Nev Talmadge, 8 frames square up. Seems to be slowing down a little bit here.
He's going to have to keep marking. He's going to have to keep throwing spares.
Heavy. Split. That could have been a split right there, so you never know.
Yes, it looked like it was going to come up a little.
Stay clean, make his spares.
The mark here, F can pretty much coast out.
All right, moving into the 9th frame. The mixed tap, no. You got red too? All right, shooting the 10 pin. Puts it down. Uh-oh. All right, gets over there. Well, Marcel's going to have to strike out no matter what. He's, regardless of what Ev's done, Marcel needs 4 strikes here to have any type of shot.
If he strikes out, he forces Ev to mark.
Yep. Strike up, 9th frame. Looking to double. Puts it out. A little bit more on it. Good ball. Oh, nice shot.
Probably the best shot he's thrown on that lane today.
Looked like he had some more velocity on that ball.
Just wasn't in the cards for Marcel today.
Well, he came out and attacked it. No doubt about that. Very aggressively shot that.
Going into the match, he felt pretty confident. He felt he bowled pretty good in the playdowns.
And he's going to miss the 4. But it's really academic at this point as Ev Talmadge is. He's going to move on closer to facing his son for the title. And Marcel Lessard is a fine bowler. I'm sure we'll see him back on the show again. He's a 224 average.
Yeah, he used to like to fish and play a little golf. I know we'll see Marcel back here again. He's too good a bowler not to come back again. He qualified in a roll-off at Bradley Bowl. He shot 757 to qualify to get for the show this week. Came out of the box with a 298.
We'll see how he goes out here. 58 plus on this ball. Goes out 168. And now it's just up there. Talmadge to keep his concentration and keep lined up for his next match.
Except for that little hit in the middle, Evans made it look pretty easy, hasn't he?
Break up, see for a double. But maybe that's a good place to leave it 10th frame with the match 1. Ev's going to be going on to meet Bill Green, our #1 qualifier this week. And let's see how he goes out. Chops it. So Ev Talmadge goes out with a 220. Marcel Lessard goes out 168. Ev's one step closer to meeting his son in the championship. Stay tuned. We'll be back with match. Start on lane 3. He was our #1 qualifier this week. From Chicopee, Massachusetts. First ball, second match. Swings it out. Will it come back? It certainly does, and that's the way you want to start, Red.
He looks tough. Again, like so many of the young bowlers today, they throw that hard, powerful ball. You just rip the cover off it.
Well, Everett Talmadge comes to the line for his second match here. First ball, looking to move up the ladder. See if he stays strong. Whoa, wow. Well, Red, you can let down after you win the first match. There is a chance of a letdown, I'd imagine.
That's that often happens. Often happens. I mean, he came out flying in that first game. He got a break in the first frame when he carried to Brooklyn, and then he threw one on the nose and carried a strike. Now all of a sudden he's got to start thinking, I'm sure.
Shooting the 1-2-8. And right around, leaves the 8.
Of course, his biggest thoughts probably are the next match, if he's lucky enough to get there, bowling against his son.
Well, one thing's for certain, we can definitely count on is that Bill Green will be bowling Talmadges the rest of the night, no matter what.
One or the other. Right?
That's right. He beats the father, he goes on to face the son, and maybe if he beats the son, we'll get the mother out here or something. Let him just keep going through the whole family tree. Second frame off and open, Ev Talmadge. Again, a little bit light. Shooting the 5-pin.
Ev's got a real simple game. It looks like he's just throwing a full roller and just rolling it up.
Well, I'm not sure that's all bad, Red. I'll tell you. Every week,
Well,
I mean...
It's really not, but the only trouble with the full roller is it just doesn't have the power
he's going to miss it
at the end. And these lanes are a little bit tight, and he's finding that out. So unless he is right on line, he's going to have the problem.
Right. And he opened in the second, missed the 5-pin in the door early in the match. Bill Green has a big opportunity.
Years ago, the full roller was a great ball to throw on the old lacquer lanes. The ball used to hook a lot.
Can he double? Oh, left the 10. Strong ball, though.
Not going to throw it much better than that.
No.
Old Billy Hardwick was probably one of the best full rollers that ever hit the Pro Tour. And, of course, he made bundles of money back in those days, but that's actually what put Billy Hardwick out of business as far as being a top bowler.
Mm-hmm.
Was the fact when they changed the lane surfaces and went to different ball surfaces, Billy just couldn't handle it with the full roller anymore. He couldn't keep up with the other guys. He could still bowl good, but he just couldn't keep up. Billy's now down in Kentucky and running a couple of bowling centers down in Louisville. Doing very well for himself.
Red Burnham, the wealth of bowling information here. You're like a fountain here.
Billy's a nice ball. Good man.
And Messenger, yes, knocks it over. Oh, Red, maybe it'd be a good time to talk a little bit about the bowling camp that you're having up at Bradley.
Yeah, we're having the camp again the last week of July and the first week of August. The last week of July will be for the youth bowlers, the junior bowlers, and then the first week in August will be for the adult bowlers. It's an excellent camp. We have some excellent instructors.
Right there. Nice ball.
That felt a little bit better to Ev, I'm sure. Got him back in the game again. The camp is an excellent camp. We have we'll have Paul Mosier. We'll have Pat Costello, who is
a good name.
WIBC Hall of Famer. Has won, I guess, probably something like 25 titles in her travels across the country. Bill Spigner. These are the type of instructors that we have.
Very big names you're having there, for sure.
It's very big education, too, for those who want to learn how to bowl.
Perfect ball, Red. Perfect ball and a double for Ed Talmadge. Puts himself back in the match.
Right back in the game now. That double helped him an awful lot.
So if someone wants to come to your camp at Bradley, they give you a call. Bradley Bowl?
Bradley Bowl. We can fill them in with all the information.
Send them information. Do you have mailing information?
Right.
Good.
Camp is when they check in, they're there for a week. They stay overnight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's an overnighter. It's you don't go home. You stay there for the whole week.
Double for Bill Green. So you stay down there and you're there for the week, huh?
Right. We put them up in a motel, and the kids are well chaperoned.
Mm-hmm. Now, one fee covers that whole process?
One fee covers everything.
Food included?
Their room, their board, their meals, everything. It's all taken care of.
I might spend a week with you, Red, down there in...
Tell you, some of these kids go home, their hands are bleeding, they bowl so much.
Wow. Fifth frame, Bill Green looking for 3. How's it look? Oh, a little bit heavy. That ball took a sharp left
turn. Get the ball out that time. In the previous boxes, Bill has been getting the ball out to about the second or third board as it got down 30 feet down the lane, but that one there, he just didn't get it out.
I think he might have rushed a little bit. 3, 6, 7. It's makeable. give it a run. We'll come back. Oh, almost.
Missed by much.
Bill Green opens in the 5th, and Ev Talmadge chance to make some ground up very quickly here in the 5th and 6th frames. Very good match we have. Fifth frame. 2 up for Ev, looking for his 3rd. It's in there, it's going to be heavy, and he gets a split. So
Ev with an opportunity to really jump back into the match is now just going to give it away.
Yep. And he knows it, the 4-7-10.
But it's makeable.
See if he gives it a run. He'll take the 2. So both men open up in the 5th frame. And we have a...
Bill's carrying it. He's got himself a 21-pin lead at this point. 93-72 at the end of 5 frames.
Actually, I believe it's a 20-pin lead, right? I think Ev should have a 73 in the 5th. As he had a 9 in the 5th. We'll see if he can get back on track here in the 6th frame. Look at the mix. No. Left the 2-8, Ev Talmadge. Moving right along. 6th frame for Bill Green. He also opened in the 5th. Swings it out. Right there, yes, blows him out. Splits the rack and strikes in the 6th. Bill has 299 games. Boy, that must hurt, huh?
It's a little frustrating.
If I got to 11, I know I'd want that 12. How's it look? Yes, he is on fire here as he doubles.
He's back. He's got it back now. As long as he gets the ball out there, Bill creates enough area, he's going to get the ball back. Again, throws that strong ball. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's probably what Ev is saying.
The 7th frame, Ev needs a strike. Desperately. That looks good. Right there, yes. I'll tell you, he throws them when he has to.
For a man 58 years old, he still throws the ball pretty good. He's got nothing to be ashamed of. He's averaging in the 190s in the league, and there's nothing wrong with that at his age.
There's nothing wrong with that at my age, Red.
That's true. That's true.
8th frame, strike up. Big ball right here. Can he double and set himself up for a big finish? Right there. Perfect ball. Threw it when he had to. I love it. A double, and he shows some emotion. He keeps the heat on Bill.
The game isn't over yet.
Well, he's definitely going to make Bill show up here for the finish.
Bill's not going to be able to coast him, that's for sure.
You see Ev Talmadge? Tough competitor. 8th frame. Bill Green looking for his 3rd in a row. Gives it the room right there. Forget about it. 3 in a row.
As Bill Bunetta used to say, 10 pins in a pit. A perfect strike.
He leaves no room for doubt, that's for sure. Moves into the 9th. It's not taking much time here. it out.
Good again.
Finish. Yes, 4 in a row. Bill Green in a commanding lead. On a 2:43 clip if he can go out. Best Ev could do is 2:13. It's a 30-pin difference, and that man right there has the lead. Now, Lev Talmadge has to strike out. And he just goes off to the right, and that'll just about do it for Ev. But he's had a good showing here tonight on Hot Shot Challenge. He won his first match, moved up. Now he's going to have to finish out and then root for his son, I guess.
That's what it'll be.
1, 2, 4, 10. Yes, nice shot. Ev Talmadge showing all his wares tonight.
He's not giving it easy, that's for sure.
Well, in between matches, he can always go over to Mark and tell him everything he knows about the lanes and Bill and everything else. So maybe Mark will have a slight advantage for the championship match. Right there, nice ball. Oh! Well, at least it didn't cost him the match anyways. The 8-10.
Good old 8-10. Bowler's nemesis. Because it only happens when you throw what you think is the perfect hit.
I know it.
But what happens there is the 5-pin, instead of knocking the 8 out like it's supposed to do, just slips in front of it and goes on over to the 7-pin.
And Lev Talmadge goes out with a 166 here in the second match. Bill Green, if he throws 3 here, we'll win our 7-in-a-row jackpot. This week worth $30. So he still has something to shoot for. He's got 4 up, looking for his 5th. It's going to be a little bit heavy. Oh, he gets the break. 5 in a row.
2 more.
A 7-in-a-row jackpot was hit 2 weeks ago by Mark Talmadge. It was worth $70 at that time. So this could be a quick repeat here for the 7 in a row. But he needs this for his 6th. Swings it out. How's it look? Right there. Yes, 6 strikes in a row, and it's 1 to go for the 7-in-a-row jackpot. And he's in the 240s for sure.
I think we're looking forward to a pretty good match, this last match.
Yep. It's going to be interesting.
Mark has done pretty well on the show in previous weeks, and Bill looks like he's got the lanes pretty well figured out.
Uh-oh, bounced it out. Will it finish? And oh no! If that pin went down, but it didn't. That was a $30 wiggle. So Bill Green goes out 242. Ev Talmadge 166. We've got a great championship match coming up. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. His title this week against a very hot Bill Green, and Bill's going to start on lane 3.
You see a couple of two different lines, I think, played to the pocket here in this match. And Mark has been playing pretty much inside, actually, all 3 weeks that he's bowled, where Bill is going to be out swinging the ball from the gutter.
Well, Bill just went very wide, didn't come back, and left himself a split to start the title match.
I think he threw that ball a little bit harder than he was throwing in the match before this time. And with the little extra speed, the ball just didn't get back.
And the adrenaline's probably flowing a little bit more this match. See what he does with it. And gave it a shot, but left the 10. That brings up our champion, Mark Talmadge.
I think you're going to see Mark in probably around the 2nd arrow, between the 2nd and 3rd arrow. I think you'll see him in there. And that's where he's been playing for the past couple of weeks on the show. And he's been very successful. Watching him as he was warming up, that's where he was when he was warming up inside.
From Westfield, Massachusetts, Mark Talmadge, first ball. Right there, yes, beautiful. Starts out with a strike.
He likes it here.
This is his third week on the show.
He bowls here in a couple of leagues. Does well. Averages about in the high 90s. And I guess he averaged 2-0 in one of his leagues and about 198, 199 in the other.
Wants to get out of the gate very quickly against Bill Green. We'll see if he can double.
Around the second.
Right there, a little heavy.
He's in around the second arrow.
Hey, looked like he threw that one a little bit softer.
Overturned it a shade. Got the hand up over the top of the ball a little bit and just pulled the ball in.
He covers up the 4. So Bill Green comes to the line for his second frame. See if he's settled down a little bit here. Bill wants to win this match and become a Hot Shot Challenge champion because that will also enter him into the Tournament of Champions automatically.
That's coming up in May, isn't it?
I believe so. April or May. Swings it out. Gets a break. Yes, backdoor. Yeah, the Tournament of Champions will be in the spring. It's tentatively scheduled to be carried by Sports Channel America.
That means it goes nationwide.
Nationwide, and I just have a date on that, May 15th, Reg, so you were right. It is in May, May
Great.
15th. So he has away for a week. I didn't know that the date has been set. Can he double? Yes! So Bill Green comes back.
Let's tie
strong.
this match right back up again.
Should have some good scores here, Red.
Yes. I think we're going to have an exciting match here. Both very capable bowlers.
Spare up Mark Talmadge, third frame. A lot of lift on that one. Right there, yes. Wow.
It's not the way he normally does it, but he made a mistake, but made a good one.
Wow. He'll take it.
Oh, yes.
Well, I have a chance. I'd like to thank our scorekeeper this week, Dave Cross. Doing a fine job as usual. Fourth frame, Mark Talmadge. Looking to double. Right there. Yeah, forget about it. A double for Mark Talmadge.
This might be a good time to remind the people about the pro tournament that's coming up, Tom.
That's right, Red. And once again, you're the man to talk to about that.
Well, Bradley Bowl will be holding its 16th pro stop next month. It starts April 15th.
What, that
It'll
is
run
coming
through
up,
the
huh?
21st.
That's right.
Yes, so it's not that far away.
Oh,
Another 6 weeks or so, and all the big boys will be in town.
Bill swings it out. A little bit heavy. That's right. In fact, will we be getting anybody down here in the following weeks to come to talk about the tournament, the director at all? Or
Well, maybe we can get Ken West to come in on the show.
I know he came by last year.
I was talking to Kenny earlier today, and he's said things are coming along real well, though there are still openings for the Pro-Am.
That's a big event, I know, down there.
Yes, it'll probably draw over 1,400 bowlers into the Pro-Am alone, and bowlers coming from all over New England, New York State.
Yeah. Well, you guys do a great job down there hosting that tournament.
Bill needs to start another string of strikes here to get himself back into this match again, because Mark seems to be lined up.
See how it looks right there. Yeah, comes back in the 5th. Mark Talmadge, 5th frame, needs strike for 3 in a row. These guys are like heavyweight contenders going at each other.
This year, once again, we're going to have the Junior Pro-Am also, Tom, which is for the kids, and that's just a great event for kids.
Yeah, that's an exciting thing for the kids.
They get a chance to bowl with their bowling heroes and then go out to dinner with them afterward.
Little heavy.
Right, that's the same shot that Bill just had on that lane.
Now, how many games do they bowl? 3 games with them?
Well, 3 games with 3 different pros.
Really? 3 different, every game's a different. 10 pin here or there, and he could have had a shot to take it. Oh, Red, while we have a chance, I'd like to thank you for being with us this week.
It was my pleasure.
The Brooklyn strike, Red. The only one that should count.
Well, if you're going to make a mistake, make a big one.
That's right.
And Jack will be back next week. Where's he? In Pittsburgh this week, I guess.
You know, Red, honestly, I believe Jack is golfing in Florida this week.
It's even better.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants us to tell the world, but I think he's in the Sunshine State. But you're welcome here any week, Red. I know I can speak for Jack and the rest of the crew. It's a pleasure to have you here. You bring a lot of insight to the show.
Thank you, but it's very enjoyable.
And we'll see how Bill goes out. So Bill Green goes out with a 201. Mark Talmadge retains his title with a 236. Stay tuned. We've got the checks and the home viewers jackpot coming up. We'll be right back.
Bogies Lounge.
Bowling, and Mark Talmadge retains his title again, 3rd week running.
He's really lined in here. I think he just loves this house. No wonder he bowls here in 2 leagues.
Well, now we're going to bring up our 4th place finisher who bowls at Red's house, Marcel Lassard. Marcel's been on the show before. Marcel, it was a little bit tough for you. We noticed you had problems on lane 4 warming up.
Yes, I did. It was tighter, and what happened actually is where I bowled qualifying, there was a lot more carry down, and the ball hooked early here, so I kind of had trouble getting lined up.
Okay, we know you'll be back on the show. There's your check, and come back next week.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay. Now we're going to bring up our 3rd place finisher, Ev Talmadge. Ev is the father of our champion, and Ev, you were just 1 match short of facing your son for the title.
Probably just as well, you know. I told him I wasn't going to bowl now until Heath gets beat somewhere along the line. Yeah.
Well, you both...
He was a little nervous, and I really didn't want to, you know. I was a little nervous about bowling against him, too. It's kind of tough, you know, when you get...
So basically you're saying you threw the match, the 2nd match.
No, I didn't throw him. No, not that. No, definitely not. The arm wore out. That's what happened.
All right, get your check here and come on back and see us again, and we'll hope to see you next week.
Thank you very
much. All right, congratulations. Now we're going to bring up our runner-up, Mr. Bill Green. Bill, you bowled super both games. It was just a few 10 pins here or there. Could have made the difference.
Bowled well, made a few bad shots the last game, and Mark took advantage of them. Made a good shot and didn't carry. What can you do?
This is your 2nd time on the show, and you were one game away. Next time should be the charm.
I'll be back, and I will win this show because I will be on that Tournament of Champions.
All right, good to hear. Get your check, and hopefully we'll see you back next week. Congratulations, Bill. And now we're going to bring up our champion for the 3rd week running, Mark Talmadge. Well, Mark, first thing I have to ask you was, did you want to bowl your father for the championship?
Not really, not at all, no. Actually, I didn't want to bowl any of them, but least of all my father.
Well, when you came into the house, I said, Mark, your father qualified for the show, and it was like you didn't even want to talk about it.
No, I was kind of a sore subject to begin with, but I didn't let it bother me, so.
You came out strong again. You rolled a 230, 240 average here every week. You're lined up very well on 3 and 4.
I'm liking this pair. A lot better than I did 6 months ago, that's for sure.
Well, we've got your check here for you, and you're going to stand here right with us because we're going to come back for the home viewers jackpot. This week is worth $75, and you put a high score up, so it's going to be tough to hit.
We pick a winner.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Listen carefully.
I'd like to remind you of a couple houses that are qualifying on Monday night. Bradley Bowl, Red Burnham's own Bradley Bowl will be Monday night at 9 p.m., and also Wilbraham 10-pin Monday night at 9 p.m. Now it's time for the home viewers jackpot. You send your cards and letters to Riverdale Lanes, 96 Wayside Avenue, West Springfield, Mass. 01089. If you're plus or minus 5 pins on a champion score, it'll win you this week. It'll be $75. Your score was 236, and it's 231 to 241. Red has the bucket. Mark will pick the card. And let's see what we got. We have an entry from Armin T. Rivard, who had 210. Oh, Armin, only 30 pins off. Could have had $75, but you didn't. Try again next week, and maybe it'll be worth $85. For Red Burnham and Mark Talmadge, I'm Tom Krause saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on Hot Shot Challenge.